Here is a design of a coin I had never seen before. This is a 25 paisa from Pakistan, dated 1978. It's got from the catalog. It's KM number 37. It's made out of copper nickel from 1975 to 1981. The previous version of this coin looked pretty similar, except the number 25 was smaller and lower on the back. And then on this side here we see the date of 1978. This is a pretty standard design for coins from Pakistan. We have the crescent moon and the star in front of a tower in the foreground. Today's video we're going to take a look at all the coins that we have on the screen right now. These come from a dealer that does a lot on eBay and whatnot by the name of Hidden Treasure Collectibles. So every time I buy coins from him, I title treasures in my video. So this is my 7th video of treasures from this guy. But if you want to ask what shows he's going to be to, I've seen him in the Chattanooga. I've seen him in the Georgia show in Dalton. I've seen him at the Alabama State show in Birmingham. So there's lots of places in the area where you're going to find him. So his foreign coin bin, he does charge more than everyone else. So he doesn't do 4 for $1 or anything like that. This particular day, I ended up getting 36 coins for $20, which is better than the advertised price on there. He advertises, at least on this day, it was 15 coins for $10. So I try to be a little bit more choosy when it's going to be at that price point. But now we're going to jump into our next coin. On Arabic coins, the number 5 is drawn almost like the way we would draw a 0. So this is not a 0, this is 5. The denomination here across the top says in Arabic, tenths of a Qirsh. So this coin is 5/10 of a Qirsh. We also have a date on here of Arabic date of 1293, but one thing that was pretty common with Arabic coins is this is not the year the coin was made, but this is the year that the ruler ascended to the throne. So the ruler at this time is Abdul Hamid II, who ascended in 1293. But when we flip it over, this side is unfortunately a little bit too well worn, but at the bottom here we have the number 11. So this is the 11th year of the reign of Abdul Hamid II. And so that translates to our calendar of 1885. So a lot of Arabic coins around this time have the part of the coin that's mostly well worn on here is the tufra, which is essentially the signature of the ruler. This specific one has a little bit of a different variation. It has a flower right here. So that's kind of well worn to see it, but that's what we have on these. This one's catalog number KM 291. I probably shouldn't have bought multiples of these, but I ended up buying actually 3 of these. And so I'm skipping over the one that was the most well-worn, but I got it and was like, wow, there's a proof coin in here. Obviously, if it's rolling around in a box, it's not going to be in proof condition. But yeah, these are all banged up. This one is, it still has some pretty good shine to it, but these are, as you can see, from the British Virgin Islands. Different dates. The one on the left is 1973. The one on the right is, which is probably the prettiest one, says 76. And I have a third one, which is 1977. That one is the going to be the most tarnished on that side, although the other side is kind of nice. So I'm guessing that this set had a silver coin in it, which people were buying the set for spot price and then discarding the other cards, the coins out of it. These are made out of copper nickel. The animal featured on there is the mangrove cuckoo. It is not made out of silver, except for one exception. There is a 1977 version, and the one I showed you a moment ago is not one of them. Actually, would have the word Silver Jubilee written across the top, and then if you found that one, it actually would be made out of silver, but otherwise, this one is not. This one is catalog number KM number 4. There are so many versions of South African coins that I can't always keep them straight. This one is from 1965, and at the time there are two different legends. This one is the English legend, which actually says South Africa on it. At the same time, they made one in Afrikaans that said Zuid Africa, beside the portrait of Van Beek here, who was I believe he was the founder of Cape Town. And then we flip this one over to see it's a 20 cents coin. This one's catalog KM69.1, and the .1 is the English version. So Jan van der Beek, and then there are two flowers on the back here. One of them is called the Protea cynaroidus, and the other one is Protea repens. And I don't give you permission to make fun of my pronunciation of there unless you're also into flowers and know the actual pronunciations. So catalog number KM69.1. I don't find too many of these, but these are pretty fantastic. Mexico had some really nice coins, and this one might be the best shape that I've had of this coin. I'll start with the back that has a design that we see pretty often. But this one is a 5,000 cinquentenario pesos from 1988, and it highlights the 50th anniversary of the oil industry in Mexico. Specifically, I think it's the nationalization of the oil industry. This one is catalog number 531, and this coin in this condition books for $8. I don't know if these were ever meant to circulate, but it is a one-year coin, and it may have been a circulating coin, but they didn't use this denomination very long, if it was. From East Germany, we have an aluminum 1 Deutschmark from 1956. This specific design was made in 56, 62, and 63, and then starting in 72, it had a redesign. If you found this one in uncirculated MS-60 condition, it would have a book value of $9. It does have an A for Berlin mint mark at the very top. And then the back here has the compass inside of a wheat design that most of the East German coins had at the time. This one is catalog number KM13. This is a really interesting coin. It's going to be from Cyprus, and it is a 50-cent coin, so it kind of reminds me of the shape of a British 50-pence coin. And here we go. So we have some Greek mythology featured on this coin. So first of all, the bull is the transfiguration of Zeus into a bull. And I don't know my Greek mythology, but apparently there is a story where Zeus as a bull kidnaps or abducts Europa, who's the lady pictured here. And then there is also some writing at the very bottom on this coin. So this is actually a throwback design to an ancient coin. So it's a replica of that design. So the writing at the bottom is the old Cypriot language, and it says the king of the time is King Timocharis. This coin was made from 1991 to 2004. This one was 2002, which was the first year it was made at the Kremnica Mint. Catalog number on this one is KM66. Here is a modern design coin from Macedonia. This is a 2 denarii from 2001. And the 2 here features a scientific name of this is the Samoletnica, otherwise known as a Lake Ohrid brown trout. This specific trout is only found in this one lake that is borders both Macedonia and Albania. So this one is catalog KM number 3. Next we have a fairly old coin from Greece. Fortunately, there is some damage there taking up a good part of the portrait, but this is from the year 1869. And then the king at the time is George I, king of the Greeks, which is what it says in all the Greek letters around the edge here. This is the young portrait of George I. This portrait was used from, or he was the king from 1863 to 1913, so he ruled for 50 years. We flip this one over, and the value of the coin is 5 lepta. And then at the bottom of the coin is, it's kind of well worn, but there is a double B mint mark on here. That is from Strasbourg, France. The coin is made out of bronze. And catalog number is KM42. Go back to this side, and we have a couple of privy marks that you see also from coins from France. We've got the anchor right there, and then that the cross on that side. I had this coin, but I thought it was really pretty. We have a coin from Bolivia, and this comes from an era where all their coins had this as the reverse. So you see an animal, I believe it's a llama, some hay, a tree, farm in the background, a mountain, and then the sun behind all that. Then we flip it over. This is a 20 centavos from 1967. So this coin is made out of nickel-clad steel, and pretty much all of the coins from Bolivia during this era look about like this one, all the way up to the 5 Bolivianos. That one was KM 189. Next we have a coin from back to South Africa featuring George VI, Rex for King. From 1952, where it has the spelling of the country in both languages on this coin, with the 2 birds. This is KM 32.2, and the value here is 1/4 of a D, which in the old British pre-decimal system means that it's 1/4 of a penny, which they would label their coin as a farthing, but in some of their other countries they just wrote it as 1/4 of a penny. But if you ever see farthing, that's the same thing as 1/4 of a penny. KM 32.2. We are back to Egypt, and we have an aluminum bronze coin here. Gives it a pretty nice shine, so this is another one which I believe is an upgrade to my collection. This one is going to be a 2 piastres. Date on our calendar on the left is 1980. Their calendar is 1400. And to go along with nice round numbers, the catalog number is KM 500. Next we have one of the coins, circulating coins from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Well, pretty much all of their circulating coins look just like this one, and this would have been one of the first circulating coins they made. It has the name of the country written in 2 different alphabets on the back here. The coin was made in 1998. And then we flip this one over. It's a 50 Peninga. This one is copper-plated steel. So they made a 5, 10, and 20 Peninga just like it, plus along with the 1 convertible mark is their currency. And if you're the foreign exchange value of this is a little bit stronger than I would have expected. This translates to United States money as 29 cents. Catalog number is KM 117. Next we have the 50-cent coin from Fiji. We'll start with the Queen. The coin's dated 1982. So a quick story about when I visited this dealer. It took me a while to realize his booth said 15 for $10. At first I thought I misread it and thought the prices were a whole lot less than that. I was about to pick up a bunch of these just because I think they're really pretty and nice large coin, make for good trade pieces. But here is their 50 cents. This is a sailing canoe called the Takia. Catalog number KM 36. Next we have a 5 cents coin from Malta. This one's going to be catalog KM 10 from 1972. And we've got some fish on the sides, but the main part of the coin features the floral altar in the temple of Hagar Kim. But this is the design of newer coins from Malta. A lot of coins in the 80s had this design. We've got the the water, the boat, the sun in the background. The Republic of Malta, and a date of 1986. This one's a fairly large coin. So the value on here is written as LM1. That means it is, well, sometimes their currency is called the pound, but that stands for the Maltese lira. Catalog number is KM82, and the bird on here is the blue rock thrush, which is the national bird of Malta. So here's another one that I got. I don't think I meant to get duplicates of these, but these are really hard to find. French-controlled Algeria, so I got two of them, so we're seeing both sides on here. They're both dated 1949. They also made these in 1956. So French-controlled Algeria until 1962. And in this series, I already had the bigger 50 and the 100 francs. But I didn't have the 20, so at least I didn't have one of these. And this design is very similar to a coin that France was actually using in their own country at the time. So this one is KM 1949, and each of these, KM 91, each of these has a book value of $3.50. This coin might have the look of silver, but it really isn't. It is from Singapore, 50 cents from 1973. This is one of their earliest designs. Catalog KM number 5. It is copper nickel. And they have animals on their coins at this time. This one is the zebrafish. So although this one is not made out of silver, at one time, for 1 year, there was a silver-proof version of this coin made in 1981. This is somewhat of a transition coin. So this is a design that you would see on coins from Ceylon, now Sri Lanka. 1972 is the year of the name change, and this coin was made in 1972. So in 1972, they made some coins that said Ceylon and other coins that said Sri Lanka. The difference would be the Ceylon coins would have a banner that runs across the bottom with the word Ceylon written on the banner at the very bottom. This coin does not have that, so it is from the Sri Lanka time of the year. It is a 50 cents coin. This coin was made from 1963 to 72 with the Ceylon version, and then this version was made from 1972 to 1978. The catalog number is 135.1, but then starting in a newer version of this coin starting in 1982, they got rid of the security reading and changed it to just a normal reading on the side. I don't like buying too many duplicates, but here's another one that I just tend to get every time I see it. This is going to be from the country of the Kingdom of the Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes. And so this is a precursor to Yugoslavia, or I guess you could say the original name of Yugoslavia, when there was a ruler of Alexander I. And so in the Cyrillic, it actually has Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes written around the edge. I guess this is the word for kingdom right here. Kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes. The name Alexander, and their currency is the 1 dinar from 1925. There are going to be two versions of this coin made out of copper nickel. It is catalog number KM5, but this is the version that does not have a mint mark, which means it was made in Brussels, Belgium. The other version has a lightning bolt kind of in the empty space right here. Those would have been made in Poissy, France, and that one is slightly more valuable because it is a little bit more rare. Next we have a coin from the Iraq Republic. It is a 1 fils coin with two dates. Our calendar, it says 1959. Their calendar says Arabic 1379. And so we've got wheat inside of a cog, inside of a couple of swords, inside of a sun. This one's going to be catalog cam 119. Next we have a circulating commemorative coin from the Soviet Union, made in 1967, and it honors the what they would call the October Revolution. The words on here translate to the 50 years of Soviet rule. So that would have happened in 1917. We flip it over. It's a 20 kopeck coin. We've got a boat on the water. So this was a cruiser which was named the Aurora, and it fired the first shot of the Bolshevik Revolution. Catalog number on this one is Y number 138. I don't know if I'll upload these in the order I film them, but back-to-back videos I'm recording with a coin from Qirsh, which is what we would call Albania. So the Albania Republic. This coin was made in the year 2000, as it said at the bottom. And in the bottom, next to the year, it says this is King Ginthios of Illyria. So this is the days of the Fourth Republic, which started in 1990. Say 50 leek, maybe it's pronounced leek. Starting in 2020, this coin was made with an umlaut over the second E. So we don't have these in America, so I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. But their currency is a little bit stronger than I would have thought. This is worth, in American money, 56 cents. Catalog number KM79. If you like Albanian coins, we've got a twofer today. This one going back to back. So we've got a symbol that we see on some other Albanian coins, the two-headed eagle. There in the middle, a star above it, Shqipëri. Above that, some wheat, several stars going around it. This is a coin made out of zinc. In 1947, there we see the umlaut over the second letter of leek or leaky, or however I should be pronouncing it. But this coin was only made in 1947 and 57, and at the time they were the People's Socialist Republic of Algeria. This one's KM38, and this one has a book value of $3.50, so never had seen this one before, and it's always good to find one of these World War II era coins made out of zinc that hasn't just completely turned black yet. There's a little bit of the original zinc color still on here, so I'm glad to find that. We're going to move on to some coins from Bangladesh, and if you've ever seen this design, it is from Bangladesh. We've got, I believe that's a water lily in the middle of some water, a couple of curved wheat around it. And above that we have some 4 stars, which I believe stand for the 4 values of Bangladesh. We turn this one over, and it is, I believe that's called a 5 paisa, or 5 paisa. The date on here and their numbers are right there. The year is 1973 on here. This features a swing plow inside of a cogwheel. This is their number 5 there at the bottom. And then I believe the word Bangladesh is here. The paisa is right there on that side. This one's going to be catalog number KM1. But now tell me what's different between this coin and the next one that I put on the screen, which is going to look the same on this side. But this side is going to be different. I'll give you a moment to think about it and see if you can catch on what is the difference. This one was made in 1974 and was actually continued to be minted through 79. That last one was only a couple of years. This one's catalog number KM6. It's still a 5 paisa, and the difference is half of the cog is missing and the bottom half is replaced with more words. This is the FAO coin, and that essentially translates at the bottom to increased production. And I'll just throw in a side note here, since one of their values is socialism. That sounds like something a socialist would say, just increased production. This was made in the Berlin Mint this one year. But I'm not done with coins from Bangladesh. We have a 2 taka coin right here. And so it has the number 2 in both ours and their writing styles, kind of near each other here. Their 2s don't look all that different, so that wouldn't have, I'm glad it's there, but it wouldn't have helped that much, I don't suppose. This is the essentially the father of the country of Bangladesh, and I apologize if the name wrong. It's Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. And then we flip this one over. It has kind of a very similar look to the previous one, to taka. However, there are some variations with this one. This one's catalog KM 31.2. So 0.1 version of this coin, which was made in 2010, this one was 2013 if you didn't see it earlier, but version 1 of the coin, the stars at the top was just an outline, but these, the stars is actually filled in. And I think the leaves here on the plant are the same way. So the foreign exchange value of 2 Bangladesh taka is 1.7 cents in American money. And someone on Numista had an interesting note that this was the first coin minted in Japan for circulation following World War II. So apparently they had gone for, I guess, nearly 70 years without being able to mint any coins. And then the first one that they actually minted for circulation anywhere was for this coin in Bangladesh. Next, we've got a coin from Kenya. This one features Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, the first president of Kenya. It's going to be a 1 shilling from 2005. Catalog number is KM34, and this one has a kind of interesting segmented reading on it. So there's reading and there's a gap, and then more reading. For a fairly tiny coin, we have this 5-cent coin from Brunei from 1967. This coin features Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin III. So this is a 1-year coin made in 1967 because it was the first year of this coin design. But this Sultan died in 1967, so it was the only year that this coin was made. Catalog number is KM number 5. Now we have a coin from the Philippines, which was one of the first years of the Republic of the Philippines, when they were independent from the United States. And we have a 1 centavo from 1962, featuring the design of the man with the anvil in the foreground and the volcano smoking in the background. I got this one specifically because it would be an upgrade to my collection. This one's catalog KM 186. This one's a little bit too dirty. Maybe I shouldn't have picked it up, but it is a coin in an area that was used to be controlled by Portugal. It's a 1 escudo. And specifically, this one is from Mozambique. Coin's dated 1957. Maybe the details are okay, but I guess it has a little bit too much tarnishing on here. Catalog number on this one's KM82. It's made out of bronze, and this coin was made from 1953 to 1974. And Mozambique was under the control of the Portuguese until 1975. This is going to be the oldest coin of the video. This comes from Canada. And this comes from a time where it was not uncommon for, if the bank couldn't, or if the government couldn't make coins for your country, then banks would get together and do it themselves, and it would be considered legal tender. And in several situations like that, it's actually still going to be listed in the Krause catalog with a TN per token in the coin catalog number. So this one's going to be catalog number KMTN18. It's a half penny, and this replaces a former coin which was called a sou, S-O-U. So 1 sou is worth 1/2 of a penny. And so there are different variations on these. There's also 1 pennies that you can find. But written on the banner, it says Bank of over here, Montreal on this side. So there are probably 4 or 5 different banks that will have be written on the banner on some of these. So that's one thing to look out for when you find these. This side is going to be a little bit different than some of the others. So at the top it says Province of Canada. At the bottom it says Bank of Montreal, and it actually features the front of the Bank of Montreal. There are a couple of tree variations on this coin. So it's well worn, so it's not the best, easiest to tell. But if you can actually see a good chunk of the tree trunk on this one, it's the thin tree variation. So there's a thicker tree variation where you can't even see the lines of the tree trunks on it. There's also a rarer version that features the side of the Bank of Montreal, where this one has the front. So in this condition, it's still worth $3. And these were minted at the Soho Mint in England. So I've got one item left in this video, and you're going to say, wow, did you actually get a Walking Liberty half dollar made out of silver in this lot for, no, I didn't. This was made to look, of course, like a Walking Liberty silver half dollar. I've never had one with this much detail, so I can't tell you exactly how much of the details it has off. But we flip it over, it's obviously not a Walking Liberty. This is actually from a coin convention, the Central State Numismatic Show, 75th convention held in Schaumburg, Illinois, April of 2014. There's the phone number for the who to contact for the Bourse and their website. And I cannot find any information about this particular coin. Value, how many of them there were, or anything like that. Their website doesn't go back in time and talk about the things that they have issued. However, I will say that it has a look of silver. That doesn't mean that it's made out of silver. It wouldn't surprise me at all if this was made of something else and covered with silver. But at the same time, the one thing I could find on this is tokens from other years where they have replicated the look of other tokens. So the next year they had one that looked just like, had the flowing hair dollar design, but it was from the late 1700s on a copper coin. And so the only reason that would make me think that this was possibly actually silver all the way through is there was I saw an article that some, maybe Coin Week or something like that, had talking about they were having a design contest for the token, and they were going to sell them for a pretty good price. So these weren't something that they would just give away one to everybody that walked in, but you actually had to pay for it. And so if you had to pay for it, it wouldn't surprise me if they put $10 of silver in a coin that they were going to sell for, $25 or something like that. So interesting token. I couldn't tell you if it's really silver, if it has any value whatsoever. Probably not, but I thought it was a neat thing to find, and I was willing to take a chance on it, and that's why I picked it up in this video. So I hope you like the treasures that appeared in this video. I always like buying from this dealer. He does charge more than other people, but for his bin, and there's so many other people there that sell foreign coins that I forget to ever go back and actually look at his carded coins. He has plenty, and he has some really good stuff. And I apologize that I never get to actually look at his good stuff because I first look for foreign coin bins, but I'm sure I'll see him again at other shows in the area, and we're going to have some future treasure videos in the future. All right, I'll catch you in the next video. I'll see you then. Bye.